In this video, I'm going to be reviewing the Lamy Logo Fountain Pen. I'll go over the specs, I'll do a writing sample, and I'll tell you what I like and don't like about this pen coming up. Blake here with Blake's Broadcast. On this channel, I review fountain pens, paper, and ink, and as always, I put links in the show notes in the description below. And if you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button, it really helps out my channel. Alright, let's get on with the review. This is the Lamy logo. This was designed in 1983 by Wolfgang Fabian, and it's won a couple of design awards, I believe an IF Design Award and a Red Dot Design Award. Now, as of today, 2023, Lamy only offers the fountain pen in this more premium brushed finish. However, I do prefer the cheaper non-brushed stainless steel finish, and the main reason for that is that these end pieces here on this pen, they look like metal, like chromed metal. They're actually plastic, and this finish is not very durable. So in time, this is going to look not great, especially here at the end where the cap seats onto the back of the pen. It's just not going to hold up very well, and if you look closely, you will see that there are like seams in this plastic or faux metal finish. It's just, I don't know, it's something that bugs me, and it's actually the main reason I don't carry this pen on the papermind.com. Now, I do carry the Lamy Logo pencil, which is the non-brushed version, which has matte plastic in various colors at the ends here. So I think there's red, blue, green, and black. And that just looks a lot nicer, and I know from experience it holds up a lot better than this. So it's too bad that Lamy only offers the fountain pen in this brushed finish, which I think is inferior. Now, this pen, I believe, retails for $50. I think you can get them for maybe a little under $40 street price. But other than that, I do quite like this pen. I just really wish this was actually metal, or they went with that matte plastic like they did on the cheaper version of this pen, because this really just doesn't look that nice. Now let's walk through the design of the pen. It is a very simple looking pen, straight cylinder pretty much. There's no taper to the body and there's no taper to the cap. So it's a really clean looking, very kind of utilitarian design, I would say. I think it looks really quite nice, and I do like the brushed finish. The brushed finish will show scratches, but you get a nice contrast here with chrome, you know, the brushed steel, and then you have this machined portion of the body, which shows like a little bit of sheen from the stainless steel. It's a pretty cool looking design, I think. And we do have a spring-loaded cap here. Nice design here. You can see some of that, like a black plastic kind of filling in there, and you can just see it moves. And it kind of has a rounded design, but you know, it's a stamped piece of metal. It's hollow on the inside, not solid like some of the higher end offerings from Lamy, like the CP1 or the Lamy 2000. So, you know, there's definitely some hints that this isn't the most expensive pen overall, but it's still pretty nice. Now, this posts very securely onto the back. You do have these little cutouts here. I'm not 100% sure what they're for. Maybe it's for fitting this plastic piece into the barrel. I'm not quite sure what they do. There really is no give to this piece, so it really just kind of slides on there with like a friction fit. And it does post securely. It's not too top heavy. The pen overall isn't that heavy, so I do find it quite comfortable to write posted. One of my favorite parts of the design of this pen is the grip section. So you have these machined ridges here, which kind of show like the bare stainless steel, and then you kind of brushed finish over the top of them. It looks really cool, and the way that the cap posts on here, you know, it's pretty nice. It's quite a tight tolerance. It just goes straight over there, because this is a straight piece here. And at the end, there's a little piece of plastic, which is like the clutch that kind of goes into the cap here. So it seats sort of right about where like the clip is or terminates. So pretty nice design there. I think this pen does look really cool. The nib is a standard Lamy Safari style nib. Nothing special there. It's a very nice writing nib. I have no complaints about the performance. They are interchangeable, which I really, really like. One thing I do have an issue with is that in capping and uncapping this pen, a lot of times the grip section gets loose, so I'm finding myself tightening it down. Unscrewing it, we can just see metal components here. The body is all stainless steel, and I believe this metal fitting here is stainless steel. It does not come with a converter anymore. I believe in the past they were sold with a converter, but no longer the case. You will have to buy this separately. Proprietary cartridge converter system, as all cartridge converter Lamy pens are, so you probably will want to buy that converter. Overall, I do really like this pen. It's just those plastic bits that kind of make it, they're just not the best choice of material in my opinion. Let's do some measurements. So in terms of size, we are looking at about 135 even in terms of length. Now uncapped, looking at about 106, 107. Posted, this is a good pen to post, about 162 millimeters posted. Now in terms of the grip section, it is the same width all the way through, so we'll just try not to get my caliper to fall in those ridges. 9.5, so solid width, definitely wider than a Lamy CP1, and you have a lot of space to grip on there. Gotta be, yeah, about an inch or so worth of grip section. There's 14.8 grams, that's with a pretty full converter, and 21 grams. So it's not super heavy. It doesn't feel cheap, but I would say it definitely doesn't have a super premium feel either. Very comfortable to write with though. I have no complaints on the comfort. Now let's compare it to a couple other pens, and I'll also grab one of those Lamy Logo pencils so you can see that other finish. This is the Lamy Logo pencil in green here, and you can just see, you know, the grip section is now a lot less interesting looking. It does have that same ribbed pattern, but you don't have the contrast of the brushed and polished, sort of polished parts. I mean, I don't know if I wouldn't really call this polished. It's just sort of pure stainless steel is what I would call it, but you have plastic caps at the end here, these matte plastic ones, and I just think they look quite a bit better. But overall, I do prefer the finish on this. Now let's compare this to some other pens. Here you can see it compared to a Lamy Safari, which is a pretty big pen. And then here it is against a Aurora 88. This is the blue Mamba. Definitely a full-size pen. It is skinnier, although that grip section at 9.5 millimeters is a pretty good width. Overall, I find this a really comfortable pen. Definitely more comfortable than the CP1, which has more of a skinnier grip. This is really the width of the body, which is quite a nice size there. So for the writing sample, I'm going to be using a Papermind Mitsubishi Bank Paper notebook. These notebooks are excellent with fountain pens, and for Blake's Broadcast viewers and subscribers, you can get 10% off with code BB10 at checkout. Okay, so this is the Lamy Logo. We have a fine nib, and this is Mont Blanc Irish Green, which is a really nice ink. Try some fast writing. Yeah, performance is good. I love Lamy nibs, and I have no complaints about this one. Performance is excellent. This is a smooth nib. It's a really nice writer. You know, you don't get much flex out of these. I wouldn't try pushing on them. There's a little bit of difference there, but not a lot. And in terms of reverse writing, this is looking pretty weak, like we're going to run out of ink here. It does seem to keep going. Yeah, I'd say this can do it. I mean, and there's a pretty noticeable difference. You can write... It's not the smoothest, but certainly not the worst for reverse writing either. This is a great writing pen and pretty comfortable too. So what are my pros and cons for the Lamy Logo Fountain Pen? Well, I really like the design of this pen. I think it has a very modern look to it. I do like the brushed stainless steel body with these sort of sculpted, or I don't know what the right word is, these ridges which show kind of this shiny stainless steel. I think it is a really nice looking pen, and of course you get the great interchangeable Lamy nibs, which I really like. I also like the way that the cap fits on here. It's just a really tight fit, the way it fits over these ridges. I think it's pretty cool design. It does post on the back too, which I like, and it's not too heavy when posted. Now, in terms of cons, my biggest issue with this pen are these plastic chrome bits on the end of the pen. I just know that in time, they're not going to look very good. For me, I know it's going to bother me. And that's kind of the main reason that this is a pen that I don't sell on the papermind.com. I just don't think that the finish is high enough quality. Now, the brushed finish is also easier to scratch than the standard stainless steel one. Other issues, well, I will say that the grip section comes unscrewed pretty easily, so just capping and uncapping the pen, I do find that I am tightening it down a little bit. And then the price, $50. If it didn't have those plastic bits, I would be more happy with the price, but at 50, yeah, it's just not, this probably isn't a Lamy that I recommend. I do like the design and I do enjoy using it, but I think there are better Lamy pens in the lineup overall. So, do you guys have this pen? Do you like this pen? Let me know in the comment section below. And if you like this video, please hit that like button. And if you want to see more fountain pen, paper, and ink videos, please hit that subscribe button. Thank you so much, and until next time.